Good morning. Today we are going to discuss with the kinds of guarantee. Okay. Now the function of contract of guarantee is to enable a person to get a loan or the goods on credit or on employment. Okay. So what a guarantee can be? It can be a guarantee for repayment of a debt or the payment of the price of the goods which are being sold on credit. Means I will tell the seller, better give it to the buyer. If he does not pay, then I will pay. Okay. So the payment of price of the goods sold on credit. And the third is what? The good conduct or honesty of a person who is to be employed in the office. Means for employment purpose also, a surety can give a guarantee of his character. That is called as a fidelity guarantee. So guarantee can be given for three purposes. One is for the repayment of the loan. The second is the payment of the price of the goods which have been sold on credit. And the third is what? The good conduct guarantee, or you can say good conduct or honesty guarantee, which is called as a fidelity guarantee. Okay, now these are, you can say, the three purposes of guarantee. By this way we can say that there are three types of guarantee based upon the purpose. Okay, now a guarantee may be given for an existing debt or also a future debt. Now when it is been given for the existing debt, it is called as a existing guarantee, or you can say a prospective guarantee, which is existing. Means here the surety, the principal debtor and the creditor will concur and the guarantee will be given. It is a prospective guarantee. Three people come together, they concur, and here the guarantor gives the promise, the surety gives a guarantee. Okay, this is called as a prospective guarantee. You can say here the person is giving a guarantee after discussion. So you can call this as a future guarantee. Okay, so prospective guarantee. A guarantee may be given for an existing or a future debt or obligation. Now, if it is been given for an existing debt, means already the creditor has given the loan to the principal debtor, and the principal debtor is afterwards coming to the surety, and that surety is giving a guarantee to the creditor for the debt already given. So his surety or his guarantee will apply retrospectively. Okay, now retrospective means from application from the previous time. So here the guarantee will apply for the previous debt, means an existing debt. Therefore it is called as a retrospective guarantee. And when it is being given after concurrence, means the loan will be given by the creditor to the principal debtor only after discussion with the surety, then it is a future guarantee. Therefore it is called as a prospective guarantee. Okay, now guarantee may be in respect of a single transaction, or it can be for like a continuing guarantee. Means here the surety is telling the creditor, okay, whatever transactions the principal debtor does with you, I guarantee it. It means whatever, it means continuing. So in a continuing guarantee, the surety is liable for all the transactions which are being made, which will be made by the principal debtor with the creditor. So it is called as a continuing guarantee. Many transactions will come, for that the surety is giving a guarantee. Okay, now here what happens, if the surety comes to know that the amount which is been taken as a loan, after a few days he comes to know that the principal debtor has taken lots of loan, he wants to stop this guarantee, he can do it by giving a notice. But here the continuing guarantee can be revoked only for the future transaction. For the previous transaction, the surety will be liable. Continuing guarantee means when a guarantee extends to a series of transactions, it is called a continuing guarantee. The liability of the surety in case of continuing guarantee extends to all the transactions until revocation takes place. And if he revokes also, he will be liable for the previous transaction. Okay, not for future transaction, but for that he has to give the notice. And the other guarantee is what? Specific guarantee. Specific guarantee means here the surety is liable for the single transaction. When a guarantee extends to a single transaction or debt, it is called a specific or single, or you can say simple guarantee. It comes to an end when the guaranteed debt is duly discharged or the promise is duly performed. Means take a simple example of being loan taken from a bank. One transaction is there. On a particular date, the bank is discharging or disbursing the amount or giving the loan to the principal debtor. Only for that particular loan, that amount of loan, the surety is liable. That is a simple guarantee, or you can say a single transaction, therefore specific guarantee. So kinds of guarantee are specific, that is simple, single, or continuing. And based upon the purpose, it is for a debt, for payment of price of the goods which are given on credit. And the third is what? Fidelity guarantee. And the other type is what? Whether existing debt or whether future debt. For existing debt, it is called as a retrospective guarantee. For a future debt, it is called as a prospective guarantee. These are the types of guarantee. Okay. Now we will start with the rights of a surety. Means what rights are there of a surety. Now these rights we have to divide, classify into what right he has against the creditor, what right he has against the principal debtor, and what right he has against the co-sureties. First we will see right against the creditor. That is simple. He is having a right against the creditor that first try to recover that amount from the principal debtor. Okay. Now means before the guaranteed debt is been repaid, he can say, see that the principal debtor fulfill his promise. If he does not do, then I will do it. Therefore that right he has. Second is what? Right of set off. Means the amount which is being paid by the principal debtor, that should be subtracted, that should be minus. For the remaining part, I will be liable. Okay. Now when the surety is repaying the amount to the creditor, he can tell, okay, the papers which are given by the principal debtor, the things which have been pledged to you, give it to me. That right is called as right to equity. He has a right to equity, means he is having right to take all the things which the principal debtor has pledged with him, because he also wants something to be as a security. So he will repay the debt to the principal debtor to the creditor only when he gets all the papers, all the documents. And if it is a gold loan, then he wants the gold also as a security. It means what? When he repays the loan to the creditor, he subrogates into the shoes of the creditor. Now he becomes a creditor to the principal debtor. What he will say? I have repaid your loan. Better now I am a creditor. So repay it to me. These are the rights towards, or you can say against the creditor. Means he is having a right that he will insist to take the loan from the principal debtor. He is having a right to subrogate. He is having a right of equities. He is having a right of set off. Okay. Now these are the rights against the creditor. Now what are the rights of the right against the principal debtor? Right against the principal debtor is what? You better pay the loan. He can insist that. I want to get relief from the liability. I don't want the notices which are coming from the bank. So I am having a right to be relieved. The surety is having a right against the principal debtor that better relieve him from the loan, better relieve him from the liability. That is one right. And the second right is what? Right of indemnity. Means here if the surety pays the loan, repays the loan of the principal debtor to the creditor, then now he will say to the principal debtor, see, you had promised me that better be the surety, I will repay if you are at loss. So I am having a right of indemnity. Two rights are there against the principal debtor, that is right to be relieved of liability, and the second is what? Right of indemnity. Now right against the co-sureties, means he alone is not the surety, other sureties are there with him, then they may contribute equally. If they have not mentioned anything in the contract, then they both are equally liable. Co-sureties are liable to contribute equally. So he can recover that amount. If he pays the contribution of the other surety, then he can recover the amount from the co-surety. Now here also what will happen? If the co-sureties are liable equally, then one surety is having a right to recover the amount from the other surety. Okay, because he has paid. Means if the joint and several liability is there, then he will recover the amount from the other co-surety. But many times what happens? The sureties, when they enter into a contract with the creditor, they can limit themselves. they can limit themselves, means their liability can be limited. Either the liability is equal or either the liability may be for a different sum. Means if it is for different sum, then the rule is what? They are liable equally subject to their limitation. They are liable equally subject to limitation. See, section 147, in 147 it is mentioned, where the co-sureties have agreed to guarantee different sums, they have to contribute equally subject to the maximum amount guaranteed by each one. The fact that the sureties are liable jointly or severally under one contract or several contracts or without the knowledge of each is immaterial, because they have limited their liability for a particular part. Means if I say that I am liable for 50,000, the other co-surety is telling that he is liable for 60,000, but the amount which is to be paid is only 50,000. Then he has to pay 25, I have to pay 25. But when the amount is like 70,000 is to be repaid to the creditor, I am liable only for 50,000, and for the other part he is liable. Means when the amount is less than my limit from one of the co-sureties limit, then we all are liable equally. But when the amount exceeds my limit, I am only liable for that limited amount. I am not liable for the extra amount. Means it depends upon the contract how it is entered into, like whether the co-sureties are liable to contribute equally or whether the co-sureties are bound to pay, or they have put a condition that they are liable only for a different amount, limited amount. At that time this rule is there which is mentioned, where the co-sureties have agreed to guarantee different amount, they have to contribute equally subject to the maximum amount which is guaranteed by them. Okay. In the further part, you can say in the further video, we will complete the contract of guarantee, because we are going to see the last part, that is discharge of surety's liability. Okay. Bye bye. See you.